Good morning, Mr. Hostin and friend. Now I'm going to tell you guys about how to keep a healthy life. Washing hand. Keeping hands clean is one of the most important steps we can avoid getting sick and spreading germs. The best way to wash your hands are use soap and then wash your fingernails, wrist, and the base of your thumbs. After you finish washing your hands, dry your hands with a paper towel. You should often wash your hand, especially after using the toilet, touching or eating food, and also wash your hands after you touch a doorknob. Stretching. Many athletes enjoy their sports but often forget to stretch. Stretching increases your range of motion flexibility by lengthening soft tissue such as muscle and ligaments. It promotes fluid movement during athletic performance, decreases soreness, and minimizes injury. The leg action in running is one that takes place in a sagittal plane about a frontal axis and involves the hip, knee, and ankle joint. The bones of the hip involved are the femur and pelvic girdle, which form a ball and socket joint. The bones of the knee involved are the femur and tibia, which form a hinge joint. The bones of the ankle involved are the tibia and calcaneus, which form a modified joint. There are two phases to striking a ball with a racket, the preparatory phase and the striking phase. Most actions are rotational in the transverse plane and longitudinal axis, and the three joints concerned are the wrist, elbow, and the shoulder. The elbow is a hinge joint formed by the humerus and ulna. The shoulder is a ball and socket joint formed between the humerus and scapula. The wrist forms a condyloid joint between ulna and carpal bone. Action in jumping is one that takes place in a sagittal plane about the transverse axis and involves the hips, knee, and ankle joint. The bones of the hip involved are the femur and pelvic girdle, which form a ball and socket joint. The bones of the knee involved are femur and tibia, which form a hinge joint. The bones of the ankle involved are tibia and calcaneus, which form a modified joint. The action in kicking is one that takes place in a sagittal plane about the frontal axis and involves the hips, knee, and ankle joint. The bones of the hip involved are femur and pelvic girdle, which form a ball and socket joint. The bones of the knee involved are the femur and tibia, which form a hinge joint. The bone of the ankle involved are the tibia and calcaneus, which form a modified joint. Kicking comprises of two phases, the preparatory phase and the kicking phase. Throwing comprises of two phases and preparatory phase and the throwing phase. Most action are rotational in the transverse plane and longitudinal axis, and the two joints primarily involved are the elbow and shoulder. The elbow is a hinge joint formed by the humerus and ulna. The shoulder is a ball and socket joint formed between the humerus and the scapula. Cooling down after your workout allows for a gradual recovery of pre-exercise heart rate and blood pressure. Eating healthy food. I eat egg. Egg give us protein which help us grow. And the are carbohydrate and provide energy for the body. Taking a shower can help your brain and nervous system benefit from bathing. Submersions in water can reduce pain and inflammation and also calm your nervous system, reducing the level of stress, anxiety in the body and improving your mood. Drinking water helps maintain the balance of body fluids. Your body is composed of about 60% of water. The function of these bodily fluids include digestion, absorption, and circulation, creation of saliva, transportation of nutrients, and maintenance of body temperature. So, how much fluid does the average healthy adult living in a temperature climate need? About 15.5 cups, 3.7 liters of fluids for men, and about 11.5 cups, 2.7 liters of fluids a day for a woman. Sleeping. Resting or sleeping is very important. Sleeping plays an important role in the function of brain by forming new pathways and processing information. Research has shown that adequate sleeps help to improve memory and learning, increase attention and creativity, and aid in making decisions. Sleeping requirement vary slightly from person to person. Most healthy adults need between 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night to function at their best. Children and teens need even more. And despite the notion that our needs decrease with age, most older people still need at least 7 hours of sleep. Sunbathing, sunning or basking, sometimes also known as sunbathing. The benefits of sunlight and vitamin D includes reduced depression. Fewer symptoms of depression may be reported after spending time in the sun. Better sleep, stronger bones, boosted immune system, and lowered preterm labor risk. Thank you, Mr. Hostan and friends, for listening to my presentation about keeping a healthy life.